Yuma on the beat, what's up?
This video I'm going to talk about 4 things. Why I gained a lot of weight, the reasons why I decided to start losing weight, how I lost the weight, and things that really helped me throughout losing the weight. The first thing is going to be how I gained so much weight and why I was really obese and heavy. And it's not an easy thing to talk about. It's very mental. I mean, weight gain and weight loss is an extremely mental thing. And I really think that the reason why I put on so much weight was honestly because of my home life. I didn't have the best home life. I had problems with my parents. They were together, they never split up or anything, but I had issues with that. And I think I went to eating for that. I had a lot of friends, don't get me wrong, I had a good social life, but I didn't have the best home life. So I started eating a lot, and I was eating to fill some sort of void. I look back at it now and it's really dumb. I'm eating I would just eat to eat. I wouldn't even eat food that tastes good. I would just eat like bread. I would eat disgusting things just to eat them. It doesn't make sense to me now, but I would just eat until I felt sick, and I would continue to do that. And it was an illness. It was a mental illness is what it really was. And once I stopped eating just to eat, that's when it wasn't very hard to lose weight, because I understood that I wasn't eating because I enjoyed food. I was eating because I had something wrong with me, and I had something wrong with me as an individual, and I just continued to just eat. I would seriously eat till I was sick, and I would eat till I was sick every single meal. Every single time I would eat, I wouldn't eat to enjoy the food, I would eat to make myself feel sick. How disgusting and disturbing is that? It's really, really disturbing. I was a little kid, really young. I was probably through 2nd grade, 2nd or 3rd grade is when I started putting on weight. So first, I was really skinny when I was really young. I was playing sports. I've always played sports. Even when I was heavier, I still would play sports. Wasn't the fastest, wasn't the strongest, wasn't the best of the sports, but I would still play sports. I really enjoyed competitiveness, which is carried on through now. I'm very competitive now. I'm just competitive in different things. So I, probably around 2nd grade, 2nd or 3rd grade, I started putting on a lot of weight, and I became a chubby kid. I was a kid, everybody told me, oh, it's baby fat, you'll lose it. Not true, not baby fat. It was just because I started eating to eat. Started eating just to stuff my face. It wasn't good. That was not good. It's so weird to talk about because it's such a soft spot for me. It's such an uncomfortable topic. But I was just eating to eat. I was literally just eating to eat food, which isn't a good thing. It was pretty disturbing. It still kind of haunts me to this day. Let me just get in focus. I was not bullied or anything. People would make fun of me for being chubbier than other kids, but I wasn't bullied. I was pretty good at sticking up for myself, but I wasn't enjoying my life. I never had enjoyed my life. I did not like the way I looked in clothes. I did not like the way I looked in general. And I would look in the mirror and I would see oh, I don't look very bad, but then I would see these pictures. I would see pictures that my friends would take and my friends' parents would take and stuff like that. And pictures that I would take and I'd be wow, I really look like that? That's how I felt. I was disturbed. I was so I just stopped taking pictures. I wouldn't take pictures. All the way from, this might sound crazy, I have very few pictures, which I'll throw them up, from my life. I didn't like the camera, which is funny because I'm talking in front of the camera now. I really didn't, and it was, yeah, I don't have many pictures of me. I know my heaviest was 275 pounds, and I know my body fat floated somewhere between 30% and probably 40%. I was really heavy. I was probably 180 pounds, 175 pounds in 7th grade, 6th grade. And I wasn't tall. I was like 5'2", 5'3", so no hope for me. It wasn't I was a big kid. I was a tall kid. Still not a tall kid, but that's what it was. I really noticed that I was really heavy when I was a freshman in high school. I was like, I still played sports. I played lacrosse and I wrestled freshman and sophomore year. I still played sports. I really like sports. Even though I was heavy, I was like, freshman year I was 195 pounds at like 5'5", and I was not healthy. It's probably around like 30% body fat. I was really heavy. And I wrestled my freshman year. I wasn't bad. I won some matches my freshman year. I was okay. I wasn't good, but I wasn't bad, so I was decent. And then by the end of my freshman year, I was 225 pounds. And that was like, I was like, oh, I'm in a different weight class now. I'm wrestling just heavier guys, you know, like I'm stronger. Wasn't stronger at all. Really wasn't. It was all fat gain, which I literally, what I found out now when I look back at it, I would wrestle and I would probably burn like 400, 500 calories, go home, and I would think, oh, since I worked out today, I could eat more. And I would be eating like 5,000 calories a day, every single day. And that was not good. That was not good. That's a good way to gain weight. If you need to, eat 5,000 calories a day. It wasn't good calories either. It was like 5,000 calories like fast food, like burgers, fries, breakfast burritos. Yeah, I would slam back breakfast burritos, and I would just eat tons and tons of food. And so that was my sophomore year. By the end of my sophomore year, I was all the way up to 260 pounds. And I was like, I still was like confident. Didn't like getting my picture taken. I was a little taller then. I was around like 5'7", 5'6". I gained like an inch. I was like 5'7", and then I took a break from like public school and I went and started doing online school because we moved states. And that's when I gained those last 20 pounds, is doing online school. I wasn't active. I stopped playing sports, so boom, that right there. I kept eating the same, and I was even moving less because I wasn't going from class to class. I was just staying at home on the computer doing my online classes and just eating. So I was sitting and eating. That's all I was doing, and that's how I gained those last. I think it was 278 at my heaviest. So those last like 28 pounds, and it wasn't good. It wasn't good. My parents were scared for me. I kind of thought that they were just giving me like issues. They definitely saw that there was something wrong with me, and there was. I was eating a ton, and I wasn't eating the right foods, and I wasn't doing anything. So then I started to go to the gym, and I stayed around 270, and I was like, oh, like, I'm gonna get strong. I'm gonna keep eating all this bad food. And like I see like all these people saying, oh, you eat all this food and like food turns to muscle, and I was gonna turn all the fat to muscle. Didn't work. So that did not work like that for me. I stayed around the same weight. I was wondering like, how come I'm not looking any better? How come I look the same in the mirror? Like, I was going to the gym a lot too, like 4 or 5 days a week for like an hour and a half. And yeah, I wasn't getting any stronger. I don't know how. I was only able to bench like 85 pounds. Like, I wasn't able to bench anything. I didn't do squats because didn't do them, and I didn't deadlift right. I would deadlift terrible with terrible form, and I still deadlift like not a good amount of weight, but I still deadlifted. Like, I was deadlifting like 275. I was just pulling to pull, you know, just lifting that heavy weight. Thought it was making me strong. Not at all. And wasn't doing any cardio because I see like all these people now. I still don't do a lot of cardio, but that's because my nutrition is a lot better. So these people now, like, I saw like YouTubers like saying like, oh, you don't need to do cardio, you just lift weights and you'll lose weight, and I believe that, and it's true, you do, but you have to make sure your nutrition's on point. So yeah, I was eating to eat. I had an eating disorder. That's plain and simple. It was that I had an eating disorder. So the next part is going to be in part 2 of my video. And go ahead and subscribe. Part 2 is the reason why I lost the weight. And I think I'm going to do part 2 is going to be the reason why I lost the weight and how I lost the weight.